Welcome guys back to another video. In today's video we are discussing the appointment of new Tottenham Hotspur interim manager Igor Tudor. Tottenham have is it Igor Tudor or Igor Tudor? We're going to go with Tudor for now. But Tottenham have appointed Igor Tudor as interim manager until the end of the season. Obviously, there was shouts for Robbie Keane, who's obviously previously done work at Ferencváros. I think he did very well there in the Hungarian league. And there was also a shout for Harry Redknapp as well, nearly 80. That was never going to happen. But Spurs fans were that desperate, they actually wanted Harry Redknapp. Harry Redknapp, who's nearly 80, by the way. Nearly 80 years old, and Spurs fans wanted him. Obviously, he did well at the club before, but I think he won them. Did he win the Macallan Cup? What's now the FA Cup? But I think he won the Macallan Cup in 2008, while Robbie Keane was at the club. But he's nearly 80. He's nearly 80 years old, and Spurs fans wanted him. No disrespect to him at all. That's no disrespect. But he's nearly 80 years old. You really think he's going to be able to stand in a dugout for 4 months? Yeah, no, was never going to happen. But Igor, I want to say Igor Jesus, but it's not. Igor Tudor is going to be the new Tottenham Hotspur interim manager until the end of the current season. And I'm going to take you through his CV at Tottenham, and I'm going to tell you if I think he'll be a good manager or a bad manager. His last job was Juventus. He was sacked after 7 months, but he's also done some very good stuff as well, which we're going to go through. It's not all bad, but is he the right manager for Tottenham Hotspur? Is he the right manager to take them out of this rot and keep them, above sea level until the end of the season, or is it going to go catastrophically wrong? You can't get any worse, surely, can it? I mean, the situation Thomas Frank has left them in is nothing short of absolutely catastrophic, but I think they will be okay. And any talk of Tottenham getting relegation, I don't think that will happen. I think they will be safe, not even just about. I think they will be safe. Obviously, Nottingham Forest, they're not great, are they, at the minute? They're in a whole world of absolute crap. But obviously, Sean Dyche has just been sacked, and Vitor Pereira is now going to take the reins at Nottingham Forest. What thought process has gone through Vitor Pereira's head to accept that contract at Nottingham Forest under Evangelos Marinakis, who has now sacked 3 managers this season? Nuno Espirito Santos, Ange and Sean Dyche. What thought process has gone through? He will probably be the 4th one. Let's be honest. Marinakis wastes no time. Can we have this ownership, but with a bit more, saneness? Liverpool, he sacked foot. Obviously, would never want that sort of ownership in my football club. But this man's crazy. He sacked 3 managers in less than 7 months. It's mental. He sacked 3 managers, in probably less than a year. It's absolutely crazy. I just don't know what thought. I mean, obviously money, but Vitor Pereira, again, from Nottingham Forest's point of view, though, why would you be appointing a manager who left his former team 20th with 2 points? Why would you be appointing someone? I mean, they appointed Ange, to be fair. That man's crazy. He appointed Ange, who finished 17th with Spurs last season. Granted, they won a European trophy, but they finished 17th. I need to stop spitting on this microphone. But they finished 17th. They finished 17th, which is not good at all for a team like Spurs. I say for a team like Spurs. But, yeah, Ange fired shots at them on the overlap yesterday, calling them not a big club. They're not a big club, though, anymore, really, are they? The last time they won we can't really do the trophy thing now. But the last time they won a decent trophy was last season. But before that, the last time they won a decent and significant trophy was 2008. 2008. There's been at least 10 managers after that period of time. So, one Europa League in 16 years is terrible for Tottenham Hotspur, considering they got in a Champions League final and a Carabao Cup final in that time. So yeah, it's not very good. It's not very good for Tottenham Hotspur. They're in the pits at the minute. I did have a video coming out about Tottenham Hotspur, but as soon as Thomas Frank got sacked, it might still come out, I don't know, but as soon as Thomas Frank got sacked, I thought, nah, there's no point. There's no point in uploading it now. I didn't even get to making it. It never even got made. But yeah, Igor Tudor did in fact last 7 months at Juventus with a win rate of 46%. Thomas Frank left Tottenham, was sacked by Tottenham with a 27% win rate. And in the last 8 fixtures of Igor Tudor's Juventus reign, I'm just going to count them actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yeah. So in his last 8 games at Juventus, he drew 4-4 with Dortmund in the Champions League, drew 1-1 with Verona in the Serie A, I'm assuming, drew 1-1 with Atalanta, drew 2-2 with Villarreal in the Champions League, drew 0-0 with AC Milan, lost 2-0 to Como, lost 1-0 to Real Madrid, and the straw that broke the camel's back was a 1-0 loss away at Lazio, and that completed Igor Tudor's 8-game winless run. 8-game winless run is mental. I mean, Liverpool lost 4 games in a row at one point this season. Like that's the worst form we've been in for a very, very long time. It's the worst form we've been in for absolutely ages. And we haven't lost 4 in a row since the 21 season. Like, do you know how bad you have to be to lose 4 games in a row with Liverpool? Like, you've got to be bad. Funnily enough, a manager hasn't done that since Jurgen Klopp in the 21 season. But that was a very bad season. I'm talking about the 20/21 season. But yeah, Igor Tudor is taking the reins at Tottenham Hotspur as an interim manager. And there is some good bits in here. It's not all negative, even though he was sacked after 7 months at Juventus. I mean, you can see why. 5-2 loss in the Club World Cup to Man City. 1-0 loss to Real Madrid in the Club World Cup to Man City. There's a few other losses there. I think they lost 2-0 to Parma right at the start of Tudor's reign. Was that? Yeah. No, 1-0, sorry. That was 4 games in. He started off pretty well. A 1-0 win against Genoa, a 1-1 draw away at Roma, a 2-1 draw at home to Lecce, obviously a 1-0 defeat to Parma, a 2-0 win to Monza, and a 1-1 draw to Bologna. Not a bad start. That's really not a bad start. But it got worse, and then obviously led to his sacking. His reign wasn't the greatest. He left the club in 8th. He left Juventus in 8th, and now he's going on to manage a Tottenham Hotspur side who are 16th, and their next game is the North London derby. It's not... like, they've thrown him into a sea of piranhas here, haven't they? Like, his first game will be a North London derby against, obviously, Arsenal, who are top of the league by 4 points to Man City. Obviously, granted, they've just drawn against Brentford. I possibly might make a video about that tomorrow. But they've literally thrown him into a sea of piranhas. Like, he's not been given a chance there. He's been thrown straight in at the deep end. His first big challenge is the North London Derby. That's his first game. Like, Liam Rosenior's first game was Charlton Athletic away in the FA Cup. Igor Tudor's first game at Tottenham is Arsenal at home. I mean, you can't even say, oh, it's at home, so they've got a bit of a cushion. Their last home league win was the 6th of December, 2025. I just want to say something on that. I just don't know whether Igor Tudor is going to really improve their league form. The last time they got a win of any kind was Frankfurt on the 28th of January. And what we're talking like 3-4 weeks ago now. We're on the 13th of February now. So we're talking, 3 or 4 weeks now since they beat Frankfurt in the Champions League. The Champions League stage ended about 3 weeks ago. So, there's been at least 3 or 4 games since that game. And that was 3 weeks ago, the last time they won a game of any kind. So, it's not been good with Thomas Frank. A lot of the Tottenham Hotspur fan base, like pretty much 100% of the fan base, wanted Thomas Frank out. A lot of them have been absolutely raging. Like, I think he was stitched up with that Arsenal coffee cup moment. I think he was stitched up. I don't know how there was an Arsenal coffee cup at Bournemouth. Was it Bournemouth? I think it was. I don't know how the hell there was an Arsenal coffee cup at Bournemouth. How's that got there? But yeah, I think he's been stitched up there. Like, he's a lovely guy. Such a nice guy is Thomas Frank. We've seen clips of him, obviously, and he just seems like such a down-to-earth, lovely guy. And no one's saying he's not a nice guy, but obviously he did a tremendous job with Brentford. And he kept them up for 3 seasons before going to Spurs. There was obviously the 22-23 season, which was his first season in the Premier League. The 23-24 season, and then obviously his last season, the 24-25 season. And he did a really good job with them for 3 years. He beat Man City twice in his first season. Bear in mind that team won the treble. He beat them twice in his first season, which I think is incredible. But we're not saying he's not a nice guy. I think he's a lovely guy. But maybe, he just couldn't hack it at Tottenham. Or maybe it was deeper than Thomas Frank. I mean, the owners have been there. The owners have been the same crap owners for the last 10 years, haven't they? Daniel Levy, when's he going to leave? But yeah, when's he going to leave, I'm here all week. But we're going to take a look into his CV, his time at Igor Tudor, I'm talking about. Igor Tudor's managerial tenures over the years. So he started with Hajduk Split in the 2013-2015, from the 2013 to the 2015 season, and then Greek team PAOK from the 2015 to the 2016 season. Sorry, that's only a year. Is that even a year? I don't even know. It depends when he joined. Karabukspor, and that was from the 2016 to the 2017 season. So he's not had very long reigns to kick off his managerial career. Galatasaray in 2017. Wow. These tenures have not lasted long in the slightest. Udinese in 2 separate years, 2018 and 2019. Hajduk Split again, just in the 2020 season. Hellas Verona in the 2021-2022 season. Marseille in the 2022-2023 season. Lazio in the 2024 season. And then Juventus in the 2025 season. Gosh. And then he's got another tenure that's lasting 6 months. Oh, not even that. It's probably going to be about 4 months. Considering it's February, there's 4 months left of the season. Like, he'll be gone at the end of the season. So a 4-month tenure at Spurs, he doesn't last long at any of these clubs, does he? But I do have a few things about his managerial tenure. It's not all bad. Don't trust me, it's not all bad. There's some really good stuff in there. His highest finish at Hajduk Split was in the 2013-2014 season, which was a second place finish, which actually pretty good, that. And then he won the Croatian Cup in the 2012-2013 season. So that's before. Probably should have said that before. At Hajduk Split. And then he was sacked at PAOK after 9 months. And then established himself as a really good coach at Turkish club Karabükspor. I really find it hard pronouncing Turkish football names. I really do. Like Trabzonspor, I've butchered that completely. Istanbul Başakşehir, I think I've got that one correct. And then there's obviously Antalyaspor. There's some other ones as well that I can't name because I just can't pronounce them. Karabükspor, that's it. I think that's it. We're going to go with that. And then he was sacked at Galatasaray, who are obviously the main division of Turkish football. That was after failing to win silverware with them. And then he was basically the interim at Udinese in 2015. He actually, successfully kept Udinese in the Serie A. They were close to getting relegated. That takes me on to the next bit. He steered Udinese away from danger in the Serie A in 2019. And then he managed 18 games for Hajduk Split in 2020. He was sacked at Hellas Verona in 21-22. In 22-23, he achieved a third place finish in Ligue 1 with Marseille and then went on to achieve a Europa League spot with them. But after that, he soon made his departure. That was due to fatigue. Fatigue, that's a reason apparently. That could be the same reason that Jurgen Klopp resigned at Liverpool, to be honest. Fatigue, it sounds sort of the same, doesn't it? And then he resigned at Lazio after 3 months from taking over from obviously Chelsea's former manager Mauricio Sarri, but he did get them into a stable position and he did get them into a UCL spot. And then he was sacked, obviously, at Juventus after 7 months after an 8-game winless run, which is awful. So, in total, he's had 4 sackings and resigned once. But at the end of the season, I think Spurs should look to appoint De Zerbi or look elsewhere, because Pochettino, don't make that mistake. Do not make that mistake. Don't appoint Pochettino again, because it never goes well. It never goes well. Like, obviously, Frank Lampard, we'll use him as a case study. He obviously, at his level, managing championship teams, he's good at that. He nearly got Derby promoted, and he's probably more than likely going to get Cov promoted. But he crapped the bed twice at Chelsea. He managed 2 seasons at Chelsea in his first tenure, and then I think he got sacked because they got knocked out of the Champions League, I think. And then in his second spell, it was just an interim term in a season when they finished 12th. So, yeah, you can't really judge him from his second season, considering Graham Potter left it in that state. But I think they should be looking at maybe De Zerbi, someone else, because I don't think appointing Pochettino again is the right idea. De Zerbi's obviously just resigned at Marseille, and I think he'd be a good option for Spurs. I think he'd be a really good option for Spurs. Please tell me if you disagree. I'd like to know. Please tell me if you disagree. I would love to know if you do disagree with me. You're allowed to have an opinion. But I do think that De Zerbi will fit Tottenham Hotspur. I really do. Obviously, there's calls for maybe Xabi Alonso. I don't think Xabi Alonso will go to Spurs. And maybe Xavi as well, even though I don't think Xavi will go to Spurs. But have I written anything else on any more pages? No, that's it. But yeah, Igor Tudor. Yeah, he is going to be interim for the next 4 months of the Premier League season for Tottenham Hotspur. I don't know what I think about this, to be honest, because there's some good stuff in there, but it's at a really, really low level. Like, winning the Croatian Cup with Hajduk Split, it's good, but it's not the same level as winning a Europa League. We'll use that. It's not the same level as winning a Europa League with a Premier League club, is it? Or a Champions League with a Champions League with a Premier League club. It's not the same. It's not the same standard. It's really not. Obviously, he's managed in Liga and Serie A, both top 5 leagues in Europe. They both come under the top 5 leagues in Europe. But apart from that, he's managed Hajduk Split, who are in the Croatian division. I don't know what the Croatian division's called, so please excuse me for that. PAOK, who are Greek, and Karabukspor, who are Turkish. Now, and obviously Galatasaray, who are also Turkish. Those 4 teams don't give you the managerial experience that you need to manage a club like Tottenham Hotspur, in my opinion. Winning the Croatian Cup at Hajduk Split, it's all well and good, but it's not really anything compared to... It's nothing compared to winning the FA Cup with maybe a Chelsea or an Arsenal. So, it's worlds apart. I don't know. I mean, obviously they've not had... He's only going to be an interim manager, so it matters where he finishes, because they could get relegated. I don't think they will. I think all the talk of relegation is a bit exaggerated because of how bad they've done this season, but it's genuinely possible. It is possible, but I don't think it will happen. I think Tottenham will manage to get into a stable position, but I just don't know if their win record's going to improve that much, if I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think it's going to improve that much under Igor Tudor, but Igor Tudor... He doesn't have much top-level experience. He's been sacked. He's been sacked at bloody PAOK. He's been sacked. I need to read it again. He's been sacked at PAOK. He's been sacked at Galatasaray, a team who were in the top division of Turkish football. He's been sacked at Juve, who are one of the biggest clubs in Italian football. So, I don't know whether you're going to be able to hack it at Tottenham. But, yeah, we'll see what Igor Tudor can do at Tottenham. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, to be honest. But his first game is a North London derby. Obviously, we've got the FA Cup this weekend, which Spurs won't be playing in because they've got knocked out in the first round. But we'll see what Tudor does. I just don't know if he's going to be able to do it, though. Spurs fans, please tell me what you think, if you're happy with this one. But, yeah, as Ange said, Ange got it completely right. He fired many shots. Spurs just really aren't a big club anymore. They've won 1 trophy in 17 years. Granted, it's a European trophy, but it's not the Champions League, is it? It's the Europa League.